Hey there guys, welcome back to a brand new video. So today we are going to be checking out what would happen if our good old friend the moon, apparently, it wasn't supposed to be the moon, this is a blooper. Ooh. It was supposed to be Pluto, so let's go ahead and get Pluto. So today we are going to be checking out what would happen if a bunch of planets collided with the Earth. We're not going to do them all at once, although we might do that in another video, but I want to try a range of planets, but our main focus will be on Pluto, which will be the first one. So that would be the name of the video. People usually leave that particular event to the last part of the video, but we're going to do it the first time. So let's speed it up and see what happens. And I just wanted to do a commentary, because I haven't actually done a commentary of one of these in years. And why not do some more of these? It's actually really fun to do these. Anyway, so Pluto is going to collide around about Africa, and that's obviously a planet collision. Let me pause it. A planet collision of any extent would be basically would wipe out all life on Earth without a doubt. Of course, we could probably see that this would happen in a future context, and obviously we could send not everyone, but some people out to space on space stations. Not 100% foolproof though. So let's go ahead and slow it down and see what happens, and let's focus on what is going to happen now. So, yep, it's going to strike around this area, maybe a bit out to the Atlantic, maybe. It's sort of hard to say. It looks like it's just going to strike off the coast here where my cursor is, and it's going to be a devastating impact for the Earth. So let's see what happens. A bit of lag. There you go. So planet collides, we have this huge crater, and very hot heat. The mantle is becoming exposed, the crust is melting, we've got all these fragments coming back down to the Earth, and this is only happening in a matter of minutes. So of course we would have giant tsunamis, assuming that the ocean doesn't evaporate instantly, which it could, and it probably would. Oh no, New Zealand just got hit by a huge, at this point everyone's just gone. We already know that. It'd probably be quite instant. Obviously, this is our huge impact crater, we can tell. Impacts will probably take place probably for days, but the majority will fall back to Earth in probably a matter of a few hours due to the gravitational pull. But you see all these fragments that's coming in, well, they're going to strike as well. Most of these are going to strike. Obviously, some of these could also collide with our moon, but, we're more interested in what's going to happen to the Earth. Let's speed it up and see what happens in the long term. So, my prediction, the whole entire planet is going to heat up. That is my prediction, and we are starting to see that. We are not going fast enough, I think. Oh, it's actually not heating up as much as I thought it would. That being said, a real life scenario would be different to this video games and the simulations we actually do. So since we know that the Earth is cooling down, I want to go ahead and throw some more things towards the Earth. So let's go ahead and launch Mercury, another Mercury, and let's go ahead and launch Europa, another Europa, and let's see what happens there. We're going to slow down the simulation just to the slowest, and then we'll increase the speed so it's not too slow. Am I going to... Oh, that was unintentional. They're all colliding with each other, and bam. Oh, we should have slowed it down, but as you can see, fragments are being launched out, and this is what I thought would happen with Pluto by itself. The crust is completely melted. The Earth is destroyed, and all life on Earth is destroyed. And let's see what happens over a larger period of time. We become sort of looking like a star somewhat. That's just because the Earth is super duper hot. This would reset the energetic cycle when you think about it, because we'd have so much energy on the surface of the Earth that it would basically have these hot temperatures for years and years. That is what I would be assuming. You see it's cooling down over time. It sort of turned red instead of orange. I'm quite interested to see what happens over time. Water's starting to return. We've still got some craters though, some hot spots. And as you can see, we've got some brand new continents. A supercontinent basically, which is pretty interesting. Let's go ahead and slow this down. You sort of can see where India was, and Australia was, and all that type of stuff, but you'd have, this is obviously the remnants of Africa, but you'd have new tectonics, tectonical events, and probably a larger amount of volcanic events also occurring around the planet, so it would not exactly look like this. It would look much more oblique, and it would look quite dark from all probably like ash getting into the atmosphere. That being said, the atmosphere might be ripped away and from all the impacts. Okay, so what can we do now to make this more interesting? Let's have a look. So I'm quite interested to see. So this is New Zealand. It actually looks a lot like Zealandia. Just Zealandia, the continent. Africa. Antarctica is down on the bottom. And let's go ahead and let's have some more fun by having multiple planets collide from different directions at a very slow time scale. Oh, don't want that. Don't want to miss it. Let's go ahead and exit this, and let's see what happens now. We are just bombarding the Earth at this point. Kablam! All directions. Look at all those fragments coming off. It is probably hotter than the previous impacts. Oh my goodness. We have just destroyed the planets. This is insane. Different levels of heat. Obviously, we know what's going to happen. These are going to come crashing down. Quite interested to see what the remains of the planet look like after a while. So let's go ahead, speed it up. Give it a couple of years or months. Apparently, it only will take months for the ocean to come back. Let's slow it down so we can get a good look see of what the planet looks like. Again, we've got it sort of looks more like a moon. Obviously, the mass would increase, and that would mean we'd have less water, a lower water to continent ratio, so would have a essentially giant continent with very small seas and oceans. That, I guess, would be classed as a super lake or whatever, because it's all connected up. But as you can see, it sort of looks more like a moon. Let's see what happens over a larger amount of time. Apparently, the lights are coming back on. That's just a texture thing, which is absolutely stupid that that's still a thing. But apparently, lights. But we can refer to this as where things were. So this was Australia, and obviously there's no remnants of Australia. Good fun. So guys, I might leave it there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, until next time.